Hello friends, this video on Light Part 3 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. So now let us try to prove that how do we know that light travels along straight path. So for that we will make use of very simple things. We'll make use of the playing cards. I am sure this would be available in your houses. If it is not there, you might use sheets of paper, cut it like this. And what you need to do is you have to make holes at the center of each of these cards. So as you can see, there are holes at the center of each of these cards. Now arrange these cards in such a way that the holes of all the four cards are along a straight line. As you can see here, all the holes are along the same straight line. Now what do? Now you take, if you have a laser, then that is the best, because in laser you can actually see the light ray coming out. So if you flash light through a laser, in case you do not have a laser, not a problem, you can also use a torch or a candle. So anything you can use here such that the ray of light from that source, it passes through all these four holes. Right? Now, how do you know that the light is actually passing through all the four cards? For that purpose, you observe that the light reaches the wall. So make sure that you are doing this experiment in at such a place where you have a wall behind the four cards. The wall or a screen or anything behind that. So what you will see is the light which is coming out of this laser, let us suppose it is red light. So the same red light will be seen on this wall, which shows that the light actually passed through all the four holes on the cards. Now, that doesn't prove that light is traveling along straight path. To prove that, what are we going to do next? You just try to move the second card a bit. So you have moved the second card, right, in such a way that this hole is no more along the straight line as the other three cards. Now this time what do you observe? You observe that there is no light on the screen. That means light could not travel till here. So where did the light get blocked? The light got blocked at the second card itself, because the light came through this hole. It came here, but then the card is not allowing light to pass through it. So the light got blocked. So it could not go to the third and the fourth card. Now, how does this prove that light travels along straight path? Because had light been traveling along curved paths, in that case, light would have taken this path and then again it would have flown like this. So in case it would have been traveling in curved paths, it could have traveled like this. But since light doesn't travel in curved paths, therefore it could not reach the wall. Right? So this proves that light always travels along straight path. In fact, you would observe it, the rays coming from the sun during morning through your window. So if you just do not keep the entire window open, in that case you cannot see the ray of light. But if you just leave a small slit or a small hole and try to observe the light coming in, you'll be able to observe the straight path there also. Now I have often been using the terms ray of light. So what is ray of light? Now ray of light is a straight line path of light. So as I said, light is always traveling in straight path. But one single line of light or one single path of light is called a ray of light. And in diagrams it is often represented like this. But we also use the term beam of light in many of the cases. Now, what do we mean by beam? So, beam and ray, do they mean the same thing? Not really. When I say beam of light, it means bunch of rays of light. Now, see, when you receive the light from the sun, do you think it is just one ray of light coming from the sun? No, it is like bunch of rays, a lot of rays coming together, and that's how you get so much of light from the sun. Forget about the sun. Even if you consider the light coming out of the electric bulb, so that also is not just one single ray of light. So whenever light is actually coming out from a source, it is always like a bunch of rays of light. Then that bunch is referred to as beam of light. So when you have too many rays of light coming together, that is called beam of light. Now, throughout this lesson, since we are going to talk about light, I will be often using the term ray of light, which would mean that the path of light, it is coming from source and it is falling on some object and all. But I wanted to make the distinction between ray of light and beam of light clear before I go ahead with the lesson. Thank you. Please visit www.examfear.com to watch more educational videos with a better experience. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest updates. Thank you once again.